Good afternoon, preppers. This is your friend Michael here with a solar video brought to you by our proud sponsors, Coronavirus. Rona! Thanks for joining me, and hope you're having a great day. And today, we're going to talk about solar panels, and we're going to talk about battery backup power. Why? Because you know what you call a prepper who doesn't have electricity? Unprepared. And you'll get all upset and say, no, Michael, I've got my hand crank to open my cans. I've got my hand pump at the well, which very few people actually have one of those. And you've got all these things, but it's going to be really sad when you don't have a microwave anymore. All the food in your fridge goes bad. You're in the dark the first time in your life you don't have air conditioning in your house, which is true for most of you who aren't Amish. What's my point? My point is you can afford to put solar panels on your house. If you have a good credit score, if you have a taxable income, a job, and if you have good sun exposure on your roof. So if you meet those three criteria, good sun, good credit score, good job, then you're all right. You can afford it. Solar is cheaper than the power company. It's cheaper than your utility. Now, for most people, it's cheaper their first year. That means year one, you'll see savings, at least a few $100. Even if it's 10, 20, 30 bucks a month, that's money back in your pocket that you don't waste on other things. So why should you go solar? One, you can afford it. Two, huge federal tax credit. They're spending your tax money on it, whether you like it or not. And three, you want to be prepared. You're not an Amish. You don't want to be Amish. What you want to be is comfortable. You want your wife to be comfortable. You want your kids to be comfortable. You want a few modern conveniences, even in a worst case scenario, even in the end times. So how do you do that? You call me, send me a message. I'm available. I think we've got over 20 states right now, install partners. I'll give you a great price. Tell them you found me through the Prepper Network. And we're making videos on all major platforms so that we can get the word out there. There's urgency. This is an emergency. This is not just a nice thing to have. Electricity, solar panels. Guys, the prices have come down so much over the last 4 or 5 years that you don't have an excuse. Battery backup is even affordable now. I can hook you up with some great battery backup options. I'm gonna have a drink now. Guys, solar and battery backup, never before possible. What you can do, it's actually kind of amazing. You can put solar panels on your roof. We've got incredible lithium iron phosphate batteries, and that's just a fancy way of saying they don't explode, they don't catch fire like a lithium ion battery backup. They're getting more affordable all the time. You can roll that into the same loan if you finance your solar panels. This is just like a little insurance policy you're tacking onto it. Why? Because solar panels don't work when the grid goes down. They have an automatic feature on almost every solar system that if the power goes out, your solar panels go out. That's done so that you don't electrocute the lineman. You don't want to have solar panels backfeeding into the grid a bunch of high voltage electricity. A lineman comes down there to fix it and he gets electrocuted. So solar panels have an auto shutoff feature. There's only one real workaround, and that's a generator. My battery backup generators, they're not cheap, but they have no moving parts. Solid state technology, just like the solar panels, they don't even have a fan. These things will work indefinitely. They've got a lifespan, the warranty is 10 to 12 years depending on what route you go. And I guarantee you they're not gonna die on their 11th or 12th birthday if they're built to last that long. So these are good parts. I had a Prius where one time the batteries lasted 18 years, and even after 18 years, they just refurbished the old batteries. They can be recycled, so I don't want to hear you guys in the comments complaining about that. You got to get your information straight. This is important stuff. This is not stuff where you want to read some dude's blog and make life or death decisions based on some opinionated rant. I'm an expert in the industry. I've been in the solar business since 2014. I've helped hundreds of families put thousands of solar panels on their roof, and now I've got the best battery backup system out there to help you be prepared for natural disasters, hurricanes, grid failure, uncertainty with economic and geopolitical events. So we got you covered. Whatever your belief system, whatever your political views, I don't care. I'll help you get solar on your roof. We'll do it at a great price with a great warranty. Let me know. Hit me up and we'll talk. Thanks so much. See ya.